I've been going over some of the training we just got on AT&T Digital PCS. AT&T is calling it the next generation of cellular, the future of wireless. Here's a customer now. Let's see how the future works. Interested in a cellular phone?
I was just looking.
These are analog phones, and these are our digital ones. If you have any questions, my name's Brian.
Thanks.
An important moment. Right now, she's probably thinking, analog, digital, what's the difference? I better be ready to answer that one. And I better be able to explain why she's going to be better off spending her hard-earned money on a digital phone when she can pick up an analog phone for practically nothing. And don't get me wrong, analog's been good to us, and it's easy to sell, but this business is changing fast. And it's like I said, AT&T Digital PCS is the future. So anyway, I gotta give it a try. No pain, no gain. So, how we doing?
Oh, fine. Actually, I do have a couple questions.
Sure.
I don't see a whole lot of difference between this free phone and these digital phones, except for the price.
Well, actually, there's a big difference. And it has to do with the technology and the features you get with the service. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Not at all.
Will you be using your phone mostly for business use or more for personal calls?
90% business. I'm in sales.
About how many hours a month total do you think you'd be using your phone?
Oh, I don't know. A lot.
2, 3?
Oh, easy.
Do you do much traveling?
I'm in my car a lot, and I'm usually out of town 4 or 5 days a month.
Would you say you'd be using your phone more for outgoing calls or more for incoming calls?
Both, but I need to be reachable at any time.
So incoming calls are important.
Yeah, that's the whole idea. Miss a call, you might miss a sale.
You know, you should be looking at AT&T Digital PCS.
PCS.
Yeah, it stands for Personal Communication Service, the most advanced wireless technology you can get today. Caller ID, voicemail with message waiting indicator, and improved battery performance. All great features for people like you who rely so much on incoming calls. And throughout most of the AT&T wireless network, you get PCS messaging. And since it's digital, you get greater privacy and you save on roaming charges when you travel. Would you like to see one of these phones?
A guy I worked with bought a digital phone, said the sound quality wasn't very good.
Oh, when was that?
I don't know, a couple years ago.
To tell you the truth, a couple years ago we were getting a fair number of complaints about the voice quality. Now, some of it had to do with the old technology, but I think a lot of it had to do with people's expectations. They thought digital would sound better than analog.
So how's the quality now?
It's really good. AT&T has done a lot to improve it from a technical side. And in fact, the latest preference tests they've done show that most digital customers think the voice quality sounds just as good as analog. It just sounds different.
Different? How?
Well, different like AM radio sounds different than FM. See, on digital, you don't get those scratches and pops that you hear on analog, but you can get warble, which is like an electronic kind of sound. But people soon get used to it.
You said it had caller ID?
Right. You can only get that on digital. Do you have caller ID at home?
Yeah, I love it.
Well, it works the same here. You can screen incoming calls, it displays the caller's number, and you decide which calls you want to answer. And if you have voicemail, you can listen to the other calls later when it's convenient for you. And it can save you money.
How's that?
Well, remember, on cellular, you're charged airtime. You don't take the call, there's no airtime charge.
What was it you said about voicemail?
Right. The message waiting indicator indicates the number of new messages that are waiting to be picked up in your voicemail.
So I don't have to call in all the time just to see if I have any new messages?
A thing of the past. I mentioned PCS messaging, didn't I?
How's that work?
Well, it means you can receive messages, even email, on your phone throughout most of the AT&T wireless services network. Now, here's a map that shows the areas where it works.
Well, most of the time I'm here or here in this area.
Great, so you're covered.
So if I have this, what'd you call it?
PCS messaging.
So if I have this messaging on my phone, why would I need to carry around a separate pager?
Well, you wouldn't, because you'd be integrating your pager into your phone. And you'll only get one monthly bill, too.
Anything else?
Well, battery life is a big thing. See, with the right battery, your digital PCS has a sleep mode feature, which increases your standby battery life up to 2 to 3 times. It means you can leave your phone on longer for those incoming calls, and it saves you the hassle of carrying around replacement batteries everywhere you go. So, what do you think?
I think it's the most advanced wireless technology I can get.
Couldn't have said it better. Now remember, it's AT&T, so you can make and receive calls just about anywhere there's wireless service in North America. Do you want a few minutes to think about it?
No, you sold me.
Oh, great. Listen, if you just step over to the computer there, we'll set up your account, and I'll get you your phone. I'll be right there. Pretty well, didn't it? Looks like AT&T was really listening to the customer this time. And it gets even better, because their marketing and technical people are 100% committed to making AT&T Digital PCS a real success story. I think we've just seen the future. And guess what? The future works. Gotta go. Sorry I had to talk to someone for a second.
No problem.
If I can just have you...